Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another beautiful day in downtown Grand Junction, Colorado, where it looks sunny, but I'm dressed like a marshmallow because it's below freezing. Whatever, it's not getting any better. We're just gonna get on with it. So, today we're gonna work on the Vic. Not sure what we're gonna get done. I'll talk you through what mishap I had the other day. But first and foremost, before we get to anything, I'd like to say for you guys that have been watching my channel for a really long time and you know what's going on, I am going to serve 30 days in jail. I'm going to get that done and over with, and then I'm a free man and my name is clear. Um, I could have the option to start January 16th because they wanted to push it over so that I could avoid the holidays. I'm not a very holiday person. I'm not a very family oriented person, especially not right now, because I'm just not in a peoply mood after the shit that I've been through this year. Still doing some healing myself. Um, I'm hoping that I can call them Monday and that Thursday, the 16th of December, I can go in and start it, and I will be doing 30 days. So while I'm waiting for it to warm up, we're going to take a walk and show you exactly where I am going, because it's really not that far from here. So, let me turn you around, show you what we got going on. Erica's here, shop behind, and we will take an adventure. So, this is the Mesa County Courthouse, and this is the Mesa County Jail. When I get out, I'll be getting out here, and I'll just walk like this, and turn around, walk back down the hill, take a left, and that's where my truck will be sitting. I'll have my keys in my pocket, and I'll be able to go back to my normal ass life. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go back to the shop and see what we actually got going on. And we're back, so let me get everything opened up and I'll get back with you guys. Behold my current kingdom of bad decisions. Oh my god, I have no clue what I'm doing sometimes. Okay, so behind me on the ground, this is my C6. This is the one that I've had forever. This is the one that did 123 miles an hour. This is the one that I had on the dyno. Something failed in the bell housing. So I pulled the pump out, and I inspected it and made sure everything was good. And I replaced the O-ring, and the pump seal, and the front main seal. And for the life of me, I could not get this thing to go back together. I don't know what I did wrong. I had it flipped upside up, like all of the weight was down. I had everything centered. Every time I got it put back together, it wouldn't turn freely. So, if you watched my last video, we had a transmission. Ooh man, I'm disoriented. Right here, on this pan, that I told you we didn't know anything about, and that I was going to build. It had a pretty clean case, and it looked pretty decent. And a couple weeks ago, Evan even told me that I should just go ahead and put that one in the car. And I didn't want to because I didn't know anything about it, and I knew that this one was good, right? So I fought him on it, which is fine. Fuck, I forgot his wheels and tires. That's a totally different topic for a totally different video. Damn it. Sorry, bro. You'll see this before I get those wheels and tires to you. So I couldn't get that one to go back together. And that pissed me off. And then I didn't have anybody here to help me mate the motor and the transmission together, so I fought that for quite a few hours. I ended up putting this no-name mystery transmission in it. So let me turn you around here. That guy and the converter that came with it. So it's a brand new setup. No clue if it's gonna work. No fucking idea. We will figure that out when the time comes. But it is sitting on the motor mounts, and the motor mount bolts are in. So that bullshit, I do not have to fucking fight today. Thank you, Jesus. The only difficulty I ran into when putting the transmission in, is this is the mount off of my transmission. And the other mount is probably still underneath here. Yeah, it's over there. With the socket in it and everything. That one is different than this one. Same bolt pattern, just different mounts. So now I need to jack the transmission up, put this mount in the transmission cross member, bolt it to the transmission, drop the weight back down, tighten everything down. That was the only difference. That's the only thing I had to change. Pulled all my coolant lines, everything off of my transmission, the shifters, fucking all of that schnitzel, and put it on this one. So, if this transmission is going to work, it'll work. Still need to pull the pan off of that one and the pan off of this one and swap them because that one is modified for my shifter. So that'll be a good indication of where the health is with this transmission. Looking at the torque converter, I don't have high hopes. Just gonna put it out there right now. But we'll see, and I will definitely show you guys when I get in there. So today, mostly, is about getting all of this that is, I'm closing the door, all of this back somewhat situated on this shit show and start working on things. Being that I'm going to jail on Thursday, hopefully, I don't know that we're going to see this thing run, but we're going to give it one hell of an attempt. I'll tell you that. So, I need to hook up things like this fuel line and all the wiring and see if we can't set the front clip back on it and the fenders back on it and see if we can't get it looking somewhat like a car again, because these wires got to run through the fender, but I can at least get the ones that go over this way done, or at least dangled. You feel? Alright, so I'm going to set you guys up somewhere, and I'm just going to go to work. It's not going to be a whole bunch of craziness, because I'm pretty much clueless right now, and I'm sending it. But I'm going to throw my music on, throw on some music for you guys, throw on a time lapse, and we'll see if we get anywhere. So I'm going to put in like 4-ish hours today, so. Alright, cool. Hey, it looks like a car again, kinda. Very kinda. Definitely more than it did 45 minutes ago. So I still need to get the bottom fender bolts in. There's 2 that go into each side. And tighten down the 2 core support bolts. And then the whole front end is back on it. All the wiring for the engine is done. Goes up and over. And it goes into the MSD box. And then goes down to, this is the bus relay. This is the main relay for the whole car, which is dead. I killed that. I got another one. Voltage regulator, starter relay, over to the starter, and then up over to the distributor, down to the alternator. All of this is taken care of. I can't final bolt this in because down in there is my oil pressure location. And I need the oil pressure sensor back off this truck to put that on, to put the MSD box in. We're trucking along, just getting stuff taken care of. So I'm gonna take a dab break, see what time it is, get what I have edited probably, and then see if I have time to do more work today. If not, we'll get this out to you as a part 1, and there will be a part 2, and maybe we might actually get this thing running and going, because we got actually a lot done for an hour's worth of work. All of this wiring needs to be ran back through this fender and across here in directions and stuff and things, and we'll get that taken care of. But that'll be afterwards. So I will catch up with y'all in a few. Alright, you guys are about 11 minutes into the video. It's about 2 o'clock for me. I'm wanting to get out of here at about 4 o'clock. So I think I'm gonna put you back up. We'll go another fucking round. We'll see how far we get on this thing. And then we will be back Monday and Tuesday. And with the way things are looking, we're probably gonna fucking try and start this thing and see if that transmission's any good. I'd really, really love for this to be the last vehicle I drive before I go in. So that would be tits. Back to work. Much further than I expected to get today, so I don't have zip ties to do all of this dangling wire to get all of it taken care of. But the alternator is done, and the starter got its own brand new ground, and it's all hooked up, and all this is hooked up, all this is done, all of this is done, and I just need to clean up all of this and get it back into its home, and it'll be good to go. And fix some grounds that I ripped off, like that guy right there, because they weren't very good in the first place. Redo them. Gotta get the power steering lines hooked up. Gotta get the fuel line hooked up to the fuel pump. Gotta get the radiator hoses on it. And then we can crawl underneath it and figure out the shifter, the throttle kick down, put the drive shaft in it, and then get it as far as we possibly can before we have to take the truck apart to get it to run. And then at that point, we'll get the truck apart, because it's just taking the carburetor and the spacer and all that off of it and putting it back on here. And then we'll see if this transmission's any good. So that won't be today though. That'll be Monday or Tuesday. So I will see you guys then. I hope you guys have a good night, and God bless. Get out there and wrench on something. Kill transmissions, kill engines, make bad decisions. make terrible decisions, like sticking a 460 in a Vic when you could have just gone LS. But whatever. Hindsight 2020. This ain't going nowhere. Not trying to give you any hints or anything, so maybe in the future we'll go to a different setup, but I'm definitely dedicated to this as far as I can push it. And we're not there yet.